The big thing that I was looking at was kind of this move forward. And some of it too being like the posture of my upper body. So I'm going to take you to the same spot that I'm at. So we'll call that same. So you can see how like my legs are a little bit wider than yours. My knees are a little bit pushing out more. I think that you have more range of motion in your hips and your knees especially, because this move right here kind of tells us this. Like you can see the lower half's going first. I'm happy with that. Upper body's doing a really nice job of staying quiet. The big thing I noticed, kind of that front shoulder, of how it pulls across, because your posture is very, very tall. We talk a lot about posture, and I think that after watching some Manny Machado video last night too, and then watching this, you can see the difference of what my left shoulder does kind of throughout this swing, and where like the effort and energy is kind of going through, and how I'm just really focusing on trying to get that back shoulder all the way through the baseball to get to that position there. I think this is something you've gotten a lot better at. But if we look at our positions, your hips are a little bit more rotated than mine, and your upper body is a little bit more rotated than yours. All that tells me that the brakes on your front side aren't turning on soon enough, and they're not holding. Because like for me, if you watch my finish, like watch how quick this finish happens. Like I'm really just fighting to the end here, and then it's up and finished. Like I don't have a full-blown extension like a Prince Fielder. I didn't have that type of range of motion, but I was so focused on my acceleration from here to there. And that's what I was really breaking down this video yesterday, was seeing how the inside of my back hip, the transfer here, you can almost see like my hip flexor and how I'm really trying to thrust that through the baseball, which is catapulting my barrel forward through. So now the fastest part of my swing is happening right here, which is me exerting all that energy. So it's just kind of what I talked about with Becker yesterday, the transfer of energy and the transfer of power throughout the course of a swing. So feeling like I'm getting that hip flexor down through, and also that front side is stopping rotating. I think you rotate yourself out of swings sometimes because of how hypermobile you can be with stuff, even though you've gotten so much better with a lot of this. I'm curious on what your take is as you kind of watch this breakdown of your swing versus mine. Like yours gets a lot flatter sooner behind contact, and your extension's gotten a lot better. But the direction, I think, could be a little bit better with having that front elbow kind of released through the baseball, that Arenado move that we talked about. So we didn't see the Arenado move as much yesterday. We saw it on some, but what really stood out to me on my swing over here was kind of my ground contact and then my front side turning on, like how much I rotate behind that front leg once I come down. We talk a lot about a forward move, but like how much of a forward move do I really make right here? Literally that. That's all I make. That's all you have time to make when guys are throwing 90, 95. We don't have time to be hanging out in the air for too long. So I don't know, I'm interested in your thoughts on this, of some of the over-rotating stuff, and then the inside of the back leg as well with my hip flexor and how that's going. I think you're doing so many things well. So like I said, this is not a hypercritical video. This is just more informative and stimulating for some hitting conversations. I'm curious what your feedback on this is.